Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial. If you are new here, I welcome you, and if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome as well. Please subscribe to this channel as you watch this video, and also like and share this video. So let's jump right into the tutorial. In today's tutorial, we are going to be making a classy kaftan dress. Okay, so I have this fabric folded into 4 here. So this side, this folded side, is the length of this fabric. You know, all this crepe material comes at 60 inches by length. Okay, so the length I have here is by 60 inches, while this place folded into 4. This side is folded into 4, and I have about 24 inches here. Now, how do you know how much you need around here? You are going to need your shoulder to shoulder measurement of 8 inches. So you are going to use whatever your shoulder to shoulder measurement is what you are going to use. So the shoulder to shoulder measurement I'm working with, the half of it is 8 inches. Now from the 8 inches, let me just mark out the 8 inches here. So this is the 8 inches shoulder to shoulder measurement. So from there, you now take the length of your sleeve. Okay, whatever the length of your sleeve is, you are going to impute it there. So the length of the sleeve I'm working with is 15 inches. Then I added 1 inch for folding allowance. I have 16. So 16 plus 8 inches, you have 24 inches. So that was how I arrived at 24 inches. And so the length of the gown is 60 inches. So the normal length I'm working with is 58 inches. Then plus 1 inch for folding allowance, and then half an inch to join the shoulder area here. So I ended up having 60 inches. Now from the shoulder line, you need to mark your hip measurements, which I've done here. So the hip measurement I'm working with is 25 inches, and I have marked the 25 inches here. So this is the 25 inches that I marked out. So the next thing I will do is to determine the neck line. So the neck width I'll be using is 3 inches. So this is a 3 inches mark here. Okay. Although this gown is going to be, one side of it is going to look like an off shoulder, okay, but I'm just trying to mark this 3 inches out because we are still going to need it later. So, and then you come down by 3 inches as well. But I'm not going to cut this out yet because one side of it is going to look like an off shoulder. Okay, this is just for reference. So from the shoulder line here, you know, I said from the shoulder line I took the sleeve length. So from this shoulder line here, I'll come down by 2 inches to create the shoulder slope. Okay, so I came down here by 2 inches, and I'm going to create the shoulder slope. I'll mark 1 inch at the actual shoulder measurement here, and then I'll create a shoulder slant. So I have created the shoulder slant, which is what is here. So from here, okay, from this shoulder slant here, I will now measure the sleeve, the round sleeve. Okay, whatever, you can measure your round sleeve like so, but ensure it's not too tight. But the measurement of the person I'm working with is 12 inches. Now, because you need half an inch to join the shoulder and half an inch to join the sleeve around here, so that makes it 7 inches. So I'll mark 7 inches here. I hope that makes sense. This is the 7 inches. Now at the hip area, you measure the quarter of your hip the quarter of the hip I'm working with is 10.5, and then you are going to add ease allowance there. So I'll add 3 inches ease allowance, then plus half an inch for seam allowance. I have 3.5, so this is 3.5. okay, so at the hemline, whatever you use here, so all the measurements I have at the hip all together now is 14.5. now when you are coming to the hemline, just take 1 inches away from what you have at the hip here, so that by the time it's coming down, it will look more penciled when it's coming down here. So I have 14.5 here, so if I take away 1 inch, I'll have 13.5. so I'll just mark the 13.5 downward here. From there, you connect this point to that's the lower part point too. So I'm going to connect it together now. So we are almost done. So we've done this side now. So from here now, you connect from this point, from this measurement we have at the hip area, you connect it back to this side. Now on this sleeve area, I'll just come in by 1 inch. The reason why I'm coming in by 1 inch, you come in by 1 inch and then you slant it back to this place, okay, so that this lower part here, when you put it on, it won't be you are going to slant it by half an inch, so that by the time you wear it, this lower part here won't be popping out, looking longer than this upper part here. So that is why you have to slant this side here by half an inch, then you slant it upward like so. So now, in order to connect this point here to this point here, I'll just come in by 1 inch from here. This 1 inch is the folding allowance for the sleeve, okay, is the folding allowance for the sleeve. So you need to measure it out before you now connect this point to the hip area, okay. So this is the 1 inch for the folding allowance here. So from there now, I'll connect to the hip point here. You can use your curve ruler, so you want that side to look curved, just use your curve ruler and then blend it together like so. So this is what I have after I was done. I'm trying to make it look curved. I want to make it look curved, so and this side will go like this, okay. So we are done with this side. Now one part of the gown is going to look shorter than this part. So what I will do now is, because the other side of this gown looks like an off shoulder, so remember I said my shoulder to shoulder measurement I'm working with is 8 inches. Now from this 8 inches, you now decide how off you want the gown to be. You can use from 2 inches to 3 inches, depends on how well you want it to fall. So I'll just use 2.5. So 2.5 is what I have here. You can use 3 inches too if you want. So that means when I want to cut the neck here, that is when I want to cut 3 inches from this other side here, I'm going to connect from there to this extended line I made here, okay. So before we cut out the neck, let's just cut this first part. Let's cut it out first. So guys, I'm done cutting this now. So we need to notch this 3 inches neck width I marked here. I'm just going to notch it. Reason is because I'm still going to open this up to cut it out. So I have just notched this part now. So to determine the other side of this gown, because the other side is not going to be as long as this, so we've determined the neck width, because I said one part of this gown, one part of the shoulder is going to be like an off shoulder, and from the shoulder to shoulder measurement of 8 inches I marked here, I came out by 2.5, which will serve as the off shoulder. 2.5. You can use 3 inches if you want. Now from there, I'm now going to determine the sleeve length. Okay, I'm going to determine the sleeve length from there. Now the sleeve length I would like to use, I'll use 6 inches. You can use 5 inches, you can use 6 inches. It depends on what you want. In order for you to know how much you would need, or just like what I did on the first one I did, once you measure out your shoulder to shoulder measurement of 8 inches, now because the other side of the gown, the sleeve is short, you can now measure like 8 inches as the sleeve length, or you can measure 9 inches as the sleeve length. I hope you understand. So I'm going to do that so that we can understand. So from the shoulder to shoulder measurement of 8 inches, I will take the sleeve length of the other side of this gown because they are not the same length. So I'm just going to take like 8 inches for the sleeve length. So this is the 8 inches. And then from the shoulder to shoulder line, you know I said one side is going to be an off shoulder, then I use 2.5 for the off shoulder, which is this place now. So which means from here to here is going to be the sleeve length of the other side, and then I'll just add 1 inch for folding allowance, and this is what I'll have. Now this point, now you have to connect it back to the hip, okay, because obviously the two sides are not the same. So I'm going to connect this line back to the hip. So this is what this side will look like. Now you know I went in by 1 inch for the folding allowance. So just like what we use here, now also determine the round sleeve you will have around here, okay, because the round sleeve around here will be more than here. So the round sleeve around here is going to be 7 inches plus half an inch to join this side. You have 7.5, which means when you are joining, when you want to join, you are going to join from here to the lower part, and whatever you join here, then you fold it back in to finish up the sleeve, the round sleeve around here. So what I'm going to do now is to open the two side up. You know I'm going to cut this place off, and you are cutting one side, not the two side, you're cutting one side off. So I'll just take this upward. Make sure you don't make mistake while you are doing this. So guys, this is what it looks like. So the next thing to do now is to cut the neck. Remember I notched the 3 inches neck width, so we are just going to open this up now. So I have just opened this up, and so this is the 3 inches mark that I notched before. This is it. Just mark it out like this, inches. I came down by 3 inches, and this is the neck width that I notched here. Now remember the shoulder extension that I measured, which is, you know, the shoulder to shoulder measurement on fold. This is it. When I folded it up, this is it. And the off shoulder I used is 2.5. Okay, 2.5. So from here now I'm going to connect to this 2.5 inches mark here. I hope you understand. So from here now I'm going to connect, and then connect to this place. You can see how it looks like, so I'll cut it out for us to see. So guys, this is what it looks like. So I'm going to use the bias to tape the neck. I'm going to join the neck here. I'm also going to join the neck here and then use bias tape to, you know, finish the neckline, and then I'll join the sides together. So guys, this is the outcome of the dress and it's looking beautiful. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please kindly click on the like button and also share this video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that. Also turn on your notification bell so you get notified each time I post a new video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.